Salutations, everybody. It is one of your hosts, the lover of story-driven hentai, Mr. Matty, here with week 10 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast.
And it is
story-driven hentai. I can't. My name's Noah. Apparently, people expect me to produce an arc in the next few weeks, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
That is the funniest thing. I am the king of kangaroos, a Lone Vault Wanderer. How you doing?
I love this. We have to stick with this. We can't let this go. Yeah. And we have a great guest this week. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, my name is Revan Zaylorius. I do Twitter, I do videos, and that's pretty much the extent of my reach, my grasp on the internet.
Before we move on to anything else, you run your own little podcast, correct?
Yes,
talk about that a little bit. Let them know what's going on. We'll have a link to his channel in the description, obviously, if you guys want some more follow content.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna give a quick rundown. We basically do discussions on what we want to see from the Fallout series in future Fallout games. So we discuss where factions might end up going and what they might end up doing, and where we might see them in future Fallout games, and along with other subjects, not just factions. Cool. We are called the Pre-War Hub. Just follow me on Twitter at Revan Zaylorius to find it, or just
will be in the description.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah,
and I just want to say it's okay that there are multiple Fallout podcasts going around.
Christ
That's
almighty.
Fine. Okay.
Who was that guy? That dude who was like harassing me. Landon, I think he was. Fuck you, Landon.
No one's copying anybody. You know, it's there are multiple gaming podcasts. We obviously take a few things from other people, but it's not in a bad way. I mean, business.
Yeah, we all love Fallout, and we want to share our love to the community equally, and we want to.
Exactly.
I mean, you shouldn't look at it. You shouldn't look at it in a way that they're trying to compete or they're trying to steal. It's a way. We want to share our Fallout love, and we want to get content out to you quicker, faster, and better, and more heightened in quality.
This guy should be a marketer.
So I'm just sitting here like, fuck H.A.M Radio, fuck Pre-War, fuck Holotapes Weekly, fuck you all. No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, so
was that an off-color joke, Noah? I heard by your laugh that was a bit off. Wasn't it?
It was a bit off-colored.
No, well, there is no beef.
Anyways, so we're gonna jump into the news because
no, we're not. I didn't ask the question. Don't run this shit.
No. What do you think this is? Like,
anyways,
I host the call.
Anyways, each week we like to get a fourth guest on this podcast, preferably one of you listeners out there. But you have to answer a certain question using the hashtag HamRadioTime. Tweet at any of us with the handles on screen to the answer with the answer to the following question. Very simple one here: Nuka-Cola or Sunset Sarsaparilla? Go on, hit us with it. Want to see what happens.
I can just see like the fucking raging wars in the comments.
Here we go.
It's gonna turn into a Fallout 3
people arguing over a drink in a video game. It's going to happen. You guys are going to see it. It's going to be.
Nuka-Cola has caffeine and Sunset Sarsaparilla does not.
Macarbs.
Yeah, it has less carb.
Let's let them argue
diabetes.
Over it. Moving on.
I am diabetes.
I am of no gluten.
Let's move on to the news so Noah can go out and get ice cream with his dad.
Oh my god. I had ice cream last night. I had cold stuff.
Okay, so first piece of news is that April 15th this week marked a very special date for the Fallout community.
Shut up.
Can you guess what?
No, stop. April 13th was my birthday.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? April 15th marks a special date. Can you guess what it is? No. It is the 2-year anniversary of Bethesda dedicating their entire team to their brand new project. What are we thinking about that? All right. How far do you think they are? We've had about 2 years of pre-production and now 2 years of full game development. How far do we think they're at right now?
Pretty far. At least something they can show.
Yeah,
exactly.
Something they can show, and I think a release next year.
Hopefully.
I'm just gonna kind of be the pessimist here.
Do it.
I think they need a little more time. I mean, as far into development it is, they really want to wow us, and they really want to bring new things to the table. I mean, Fallout 3, for example. I mean,
Careful.
It had a significant amount of thought put into it and a lot of love put into it, and that took a significant amount of time to eventually get out there and make its way out. I mean, pre-production started in what, 2004?
Yes,
correct.
Yeah, and I'm even with pre-production. They want to come up with new ideas and they really want to wow us, and I really feel that they are working hard, and they obviously have shown they could really make us wait for a while, but I do think they're gonna have a little more time put into it, and I think maybe being hopeful and not looking no, I'm not gonna say that.
Was it racial?
No.
Can we not go into the racial jokes, please?
No, I expect it to have realistically a 2016 release, but me being hopeful, I expect it. The hopeful side of me, like the 9-year-old, I want to see Fallout 4.
You want to see it at the end of the
like
year.
October, you know?
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like it's a good sign that this is kind of like technically the 4th year of development, because it is following, like Revan said, the same path as Fallout 3, where I think we should be. And actually, now you think about it, it's following an identical path for Fallout 3. 4 years of development, and then Fallout 3 was revealed at E3 2008, I believe.
Yeah,
and now here we are in 2015, 4 years later, development, Bethesda's first E3 conference, where everyone's feeling there will be a reveal. It's like,
Yeah, and another thing is they have a lot more, since 2004, into that time period, they have a lot more people working on their projects now.
Yeah, no, that is true, but they are bigger in scope.
Yeah,
That's
they are
the only difference.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But
All
I
right,
think
cool.
one of the things we need to just quickly bear in mind is that Fallout 3 had a marketing campaign. It had a teaser before E3 was actually, they had showed the gameplay trailer.
wishful thinking for Fallout 4. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I wish.
exactly.
A man can only dream. It makes me so sad when I think about that stuff.
They need a great marketing campaign, I think, because they need to fucking repay us. It needs to be like cool little videos or hints or teasers, whatever.
They don't owe us anything, but they could at least do us that much. Give us this
Yeah, they could
exciting,
do us, definitely.
Yeah, do us this exciting
I
Survivor
embrace it.
$22.99 kind of things.
I don't think they're going to end up doing this again, because
They don't have to. That's the thing.
Yeah, they don't have to, but like, I mean, like they did tease for Fallout 3. They're not saying anything about the newest Fallout game at all. Like, they are tight-lipped as hell.
Well, again, and I hate to play devil's advocate, but it could.
Yeah.
There's nothing official from their mouths that there is a Fallout game, so
that's true. But
it still could just
looking at-
not exist. But I like to think it does.
I just love how Revan and Noah are just like the same kind of character in the podcast. Just can I just put it out there?
We're
please?
both basically Hitler.
Me and Bolt are like, it's coming this year. Here we go. And
Noah's
then
like, no.
I love it. Moving
Darth
on.
Revan.
Moving on.
next piece of news, one that's been brought to my Twitter feed, I'm sure as well as all of everyone here. Eric Todd Dellum's project that would, quote, make Three Dog fans smiles is finally out. And we all guessed it. It was a, indeed, Shoddycast lore video. Not a big surprise, but let's discuss a little bit here. How surprised are we? I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm
not
not
at all.
surprised
Not
in the
either.
least bit.
Next
Yeah.
bit of news.
I thought, no, I mean,
Hold
I thought
on.
the way he worded it, you know, interesting kind of. I was like, you know, he really caught my attention. I was like, okay, he tries to like make sure that he doesn't tease us, and that he says he's doing something that makes Three Dog fans smile, and he made a lot of fans smile. He didn't say the wrong words there, but he knew how people were going to take it.
Dude, I watched
It
that
got
video and
500
somebody
fucking retweets. Okay, 500 fucking retweets. That's a lot of people seeing that.
and
compared to
somebody
like 3
commented
when it's a
in
song.
that video. Someone commented, "Oh, that guy sounds an awful lot like Three Dog. What a good impression."
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That had to have been a troll.
No, I
thought
don't.
it was.
I think
Well,
it was legitimate.
my original prediction, there were right before he tweeted that out, like a few hours earlier, there was a tweet that's what he was. He tweeted at someone that was advertising a DC horror film
that,
script
yeah.
writing, and he then said, "Message me, thanks." And I assumed they kind of worked something out, and then he tweeted that out because it related to DC, which related to Fallout, and maybe it would have been Fallout-like. That's what I written. But my secondary prediction was the Shoddycast.
It was just, I'm so upset at how predictable it was. Like, what the fuck, man?
The Fallout community is growing stronger each day.
Yeah.
It's like the Force.
we've
Hype is
waited.
building.
We've waited for so long. Like our impatience is practically manifesting itself. So we predict the future.
It's palpable. In
100%
fact, it's actually salty.
accuracy.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's only a
moving
bit
on.
brackish.
Yeah.
Moving on to our third piece of news, probably the most exciting set of Bethesda news this week, in my opinion, is that the Bethesda
Yay.
E3 conference details were revealed. Now we know what time it is. It's going to be taking place on June 14th. We already knew that, and it'll be ending at 6:30 Pacific time. I did retweet a picture on my feed, and it's literally, it's a beautiful picture. It's every time zone that this kid could accommodate for on when this conference will be happening for.
Yeah, that was really nice of that guy to just go out and do that for the Fallout
What a
community.
nice fucking guy.
Yeah, like he really.
What a goddamn prick.
What a great guy.
On this invitation, though, there was a load of characters from Bethesda's games that they published and developed, such as Dishonored, Wolfenstein, Evil Within, ESO, etc. No Fallout was present, which didn't surprise me, but there was a picture with a question mark, which likely signifies what fans are feeling is just a new announcement. Not Fallout, but just a new announcement.
No,
could be
it's
Fallout, it
Fallout
could be
4.
something new.
It's
I'm not done.
Fallout 4. I'm
4
telling you.
seats away.
Don't
seats
ruin this for
away.
me.
Sorry, what, Matt? What you were talking about something? I don't know.
Oh no, I'm done now. You know, there we go. That was the news piece basically. So what are we
interrupt you?
thinking?
Yeah.
Because I said this, I think before. Did I say this before the podcast started? Anyways, Bethesda responded to someone's tweet about the characters on the invite, saying like, "Is this all that's going to be on the invite?" And they said that's all we have for now. Does this mean there's going to be like another picture coming out in like a month with more characters on there showing what could be at this conference? Because apparently, according to Bethesda and IGN, this set of characters on this invitation was intentionally low res to kind of give us a hint at what could be at the conference. And I feel like what they're going to do is add a few more characters each time and up the res if they actually go down this route. This could be the tease route that they're going with if they're doing that.
I personally, like, I hate to be like that one guy, but
No, go ahead.
I don't think that they're gonna end up doing that. I think they're I think that I think they really kind of have everything there. They might release a higher res photo, but I mean, it was just kind of the conference details. Like, I think if they're going to tease, they would make it, I wouldn't say more blatant, but just kind of more, you know, like, this is a tease, you know?
Yeah, it would be easier to figure out. Like what you're talking, Matt, is pretty.
Yeah, they wouldn't be like doing fucking like Illuminati hidden codes and shit. Like,
I'm just thinking outside the box here because I have heard from the actual legitimate news sources that this is a look in at what we may see there.
Right.
And I was just thinking that since Bethesda said that's all we have for now, does that mean that we may see more pictures in the future? That was my only thought.
I think they're addressing. When they'll show more is at the conference itself. That's my main.
Good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I think it's similar to. Do you guys remember the Christmas cards that they released? They don't have
That
this
everyone
kind of.
flipped out over. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they don't have a set formula with these things. Like, obviously they're thinking about what characters they include, but it's not necessarily indicative of anything. And to be honest, I think if they were to tease nothing before the E3 conference and then finally reveal the game there, that's going to make the event even bigger because people aren't just expecting Fallout. It's legitimately, at least to the lay viewer, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like as exciting as it is, the picture may not really be much because I feel like, honestly, Dishonored 2 is a widely anticipated game. A lot of people love the original Dishonored, and Dishonored was all over that invitation.
That was an amazing.
Yeah.
game.
So I wonder, you know, if this is hinting at what we may see, why would they make Dishonored just a dead giveaway? You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the tall boy. I'm pretty sure you see another, like, enemy from Dishonored in the back left corner, stuff like that. So I do wonder why they make it a dead giveaway if it actually means anything, which it probably doesn't.
Yeah.
But still.
Who knows?
Interesting stuff. I'm really happy though that we actually know what time it's at because like time was dwindling and I was thinking to myself like, okay, I need to know when I'm getting up or like
I'm sure no matter what
this.
though you would have known by that point.
Oh yeah, I would have, but it's just one of those things.
It's annoying. I was talking to Matty about this before. It's fucking 11:30 a.m. for me.
Oh my god,
I'm so pissed off. I'm so fucking pissed off.
A friend of mine actually for that day. He is renting a TeamSpeak server, and he's getting as many Fallout fans as he can in there.
Shit.
That's pretty interesting.
And he's like, shout out to Corey Daily Wizard. He's doing that for the Fallout. He's renting a TeamSpeak server, and he's getting
That's
as
pretty
many
cool.
people as he can into it.
That server's gonna crash. I guarantee.
Oh my god, it probably will.
I'm thinking about personally just doing a live stream like before
Oh.
and during the E3 conference, so that like if it's announced, like I got this crazy fucking live reaction. Because for some reason, as time has gone on, people like have realized I have this, I guess, insane side in me, and everyone just keeps saying like I can't wait to see how Matty reacts if this game's announced.
You know what
I'm going to literally grab my camera and I'm going to do some of the most insane shit of my entire life. Like I'm probably gonna go skydiving or something. And,
really
like,
quick.
jerk off in public, maybe.
I'm gonna interrupt
Something
your,
like that.
your not funny story. We should, and I'm gonna say this idea live on the podcast first. We should do a live podcast, like live stream. 'Cause that
I
be
would
pretty
love to. Like honestly, I would love to because I
would be
told
cool.
Matty this. I might have to travel interstate for 10 weeks. If I have to do that, I can't do a live stream. If I'm still in my hometown, I can take a leave off work and do that.
Cool.
So,
What I was gonna do for it, I was going like for the TeamSpeak like room or whatever. I was gonna record that and then record my face, and I was just gonna upload it because my internet is so shit. I cannot live stream. I feel so bad for myself. I can't wait till I go to college. Yeah.
College sucks. No, I'm just kidding. But
It's all right.
Moving.
we'll move on. Yeah. Matt's like, it's all right. Yeah.
It's okay. I only commute to a local community
I
college.
fuck mad bitches there. So
Yeah. Let's get hammered this weekend, yeah? Yo, you bringing the brews, dude?
Yeah.
Noah, also known as Pussy Destroyer.
Exactly. That was my nickname in high school. Tall, dark, and handsome. No, I'm not dark.
what the fuck are American universities or colleges like? Dear God.
All women
They're
contain your orgasms.
Exactly. They basically every girl wears no pants, so it's like you just I'm just.
When I went to America last time, I visited my cousin in Chico State. Apparently, that's a party college.
Where's
I can just picture alone with
I mean, like, what the fuck is going on?
Just imagine going there, like, in the
you
park.
probably needed to literally talk to a girl to fucking wet their pants. I shit you not, because you're fucking, no offense, but you're foreign. Like, that is like...
They do love
really
it.
attractive to women.
Yeah, like,
They hear your
I'm
accent,
a
they be
weird
like,
foreign though.
yeah, like, there's this German kid in my school, all right?
German's a whole
And-
flex. I'm just kidding.
No, but listen, there's this,
Oh,
and he's like straight out of like Germany.
Straight
all
out
right?
of Compton.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, he is literally like drowning in bitches. Like,
That's pretty awesome. If I had to choose another accent, we're gonna derail for a second here. If I had to choose another accent to have, I would probably go with like just either a really Cockney British accent or a really hardcore Asian accent. Either
Oh
or.
God! All right, next question.
Yeah.
I'd take
Next
Australian. Honestly, I
I'd go for like
love
a-
Australian.
I'd
You
go
reckon
for, like,
Australian?
Yeah.
What would you
Okay,
go
okay.
for, Revin?
My accent
I don't
is
know,
weird.
like, maybe like a Latvian, like kind of like.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, that's the last thing. What the fuck? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Okay.
Look, when I
Let's go
come to
back to
visit
the
you
news.
guys, when I visit you guys in the States one day, all right, we'll test it out, see if that works.
Yeah.
To PAX.
I'll take loan somewhere. I'll
No,
be like,
listen, guys, listen. You guys need to you guys need to show up at PAX East next year. We can all fight, and it'd just be a quadruple threat.
We can mosh pit.
Why do
fight.
people want to
A
fight me
four-person
on the
mosh
internet?
pit.
No,
I literally just became a thing. Like everyone was like, "I'm gonna meet you at PAX and fight you." I'm like, "What the fuck
It was
is
like a
wrong with you?"
stream joke.
no, that was the thing with my friends too. Like I kept messaging my friends, and I kept just sending me that one picture of me just in the chair with a blank ass look, and it just you didn't fight me. yeah. And then
Next topic.
Yeah.
Moving
yeah,
on.
we need to
Let's
move
get
on.
back on track. Let's get back on track here.
I'm sorry I derailed.
Survivor 2299 has returned, and it just says when you go to Survivor2299.com, it says the Survivor 2299 is coming soon. I think it's a mod. Lone, I know you think it's a mod. It's
Yep.
been the idea of a mod for a while, but no one trusts this dude now.
You know what I think it is? I think
This
he's just,
website, not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, but I find this insane that this website still gets traffic. Why? Why are people typing this in?
Same
Because
reason
people still
watch
think it's
our
connected.
Podcast.
I personally
No.
think-
We didn't rip off an entire fog community. That's the thing.
I'm indifferent to the. Just remember that my channel took off because of this guy. That's why I can't be mad at him.
Same.
I honestly can't.
Same.
I personally think that I don't think he's working on anything. He really likes to fuck with people. So I think at this point, he's just kind of I think he's just grasping at straws and desperate for attention. And I think he's just going to, I think he just did girl. Us, you know.
But Revan, no one lies on the internet.
Oh,
that was funny last week, Noah.
You know what, Matt? It was a continuation of a joke, okay? It's called a recurrence, okay? Okay?
It gets the audience active and engaged.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Noah in the Ark shit. Fuck you, dude.
Dude. When Matty asked for fan questions this week, I put up the best one. I don't think Noah's read it yet.
I probably haven't.
Yeah,
because I don't know anything about Fallout.
I was the only one who saw it.
Matty was just chuckling in the background when I posted it.
I'm actually excited for it now, but anyways, let's
the next news bit there will be a link in the description. All four of us here have the link up on a tab on the internet, I hope, because I told you guys to do this before the podcast.
Oh yeah, let me just load that. Go on.
We're on a different call. I don't have the fucking URL anymore. Just talk about
Not
it.
really?
I saw it, but I didn't.
Hey, are you serious?
I didn't keep it up. We're in a different
Okay, well, I'll read it then. So these are 7 things you need to know about Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. This comes from bestblog.com, obviously Bethesda's homepage, and it's basically a little promo piece telling us a little bit about Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. Thank God I got that name right. Last time I said that name, it was... Lone, you remember that? That was when me and you just did an episode by ourselves. That was like absolute travesty trying to get that name right.
Oh,
like,
dude.
The new dog... some shit.
The new dog, the Old Republic, and it was pretty bad.
The Old Republic.
Oh man, and you were getting physically angry that you're like, fuck this name. It was excellent.
All right, so number 1 of 7. First big question: why a prequel? Why not say explore what happens after the cliffhanger ending of the new era? Wow, they fucking admit it. I can't believe that. Or even tell a side story from a new character's perspective. The answer is twofold. First, the 1940s is the perfect fit for a distinctive vibe, which sets DLC apart from the main game. It works well with the pulp B-movie thing we're going for, said the executive producer of this game. His first name's Jerk. That's kind of funny.
Pronounce his name, Matty. Try and pronounce his last name.
Jerk Gustafsson. I'm all right with foreign names. Yes, thank you. Going back in time also offered an opportunity to fill in some story gaps while delivering completely new gameplay. We get to explore things that were only hinted at in the New Order, says the senior producer John Jennings. We get to find out when the Nazis, or what the Nazis were up to, and reveal a little bit about how they actually got some of this advanced technology to let them win World War II. I think that's awesome, personally. It actually kind of explains, well, basically what that last sentence was is what piqued my curiosity, because you never really know why everything is so advanced at this time, other than, oh, the Nazis won.
I have no, I've no clue. I've not played this game.
I haven't seen Wolfenstein either, but I've seen it, and I've been meaning to play it for a long time now.
So essentially what happens is that in the first coming scenes, he gets blasted out of a window, he forgets everything, he wakes up however many years later, and essentially the Nazis won. You don't get any explanation of that.
So cool. I love
That's
that
not
game.
A spoiler. It happens in like the first scene. So
wow, way to spoil it. I can't even play it now, honestly.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, Lone, you piece of shit.
This is worse than the time you spoiled BioShock Infinite for me. Disclaimer:
No,
I played
never
BioShock Infinite,
BioShock
and I know what happens. Don't worry. You didn't play I did. Okay.
I played that the other day. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
I beat it one night.
You spoiled BioShock Infinite for you, Noah?
I played it. You shit.
No, but you said someone spoiled it for you.
No one spoiled. It was a joke. It was a joke.
I can't take jokes.
Welcome back to the BioShock Infinite podcast. I am your host, LoneVaultWanderer.
Everyone dies at the end.
Okay,
No,
so
Lone Vault.
we still have 7 of these to go through. I hope you guys realize that.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
How long? Only
It's gonna be a long fucking podcast.
30 minutes in.
Everything old is new again. The Old Blood might send players on a nostalgia trip back in time, but don't think that means recycled assets or shop-worn gameplay. In terms of features and content, almost everything is new. That includes everything from environments to weapons and enemies. Of course, it didn't begin that way. Initially, the team was planning to build the DLC using the New Order as a foundation. The idea was to pretty much reuse everything, but in the end, everything is at least touched in some way or another. This means all new enemies, new ways to move through the world, and even more subtle adjustments to already existing elements like the well-received commander system.
a key component in the stealth gameplay. I think that's cool. They're actually building it from the ground up. You know, I didn't know that. I thought, like they said here, that they were just reusing pieces of the New Order.
I actually think that's good because usually with DLCs or whatever you want to fucking call this thing, that's what I was getting pissed off about. Is it a DLC?
Are you serious?
Whatever.
No, get the fuck. Turn off your fucking webcam.
I'm gonna leave it up.
Hold up.
It's fine. Anyways, continue.
Hi,
with
Noah. What's going on?
I was trying to keep it quiet, but everyone wants to
see. No one on the podcast can actually see Noah's webcam right now. So.
I wanna find a way to. I'm not gonna mention this because the comments will go crazy. So, anyways, continue with what you're talking about, Lone.
Yeah. So whatever this is, usually with DLC or even standalone content, it's just reusing old fucking assets and stuff. So the fact that they're rebuilding it is a good thing. Noah's teaching me how to suck dick right now on the camera.
Okay. Number 3, pipe dreams. Everyone groans when they see takedowns in the trailer. That's a good reaction. Jennings is talking about BJ's newest toy, the metal pipe. That just sounds so fucking wrong. Early in the game, BJ acquires this handy helper, which then plays a key role throughout the Old Blood, and in more ways than one. The idea was to have something new, something different than the knife. What sets this pipe apart from the knife is, for starters, that BJ can connect and pull apart the pipe, allowing him to single and dual wield a melee weapon. He can also use it for climbing, breaking through weak walls, and even reaching high hatchets in the ceiling. It's equally a progression tool as it is a weapon. As for those brutal takedowns, get ready to grimace. I don't know about after Mortal Kombat if I'm going to fucking grimace towards anything, but the takedowns vary depending on whether you use it as a single or dual wield weapon. But one thing remains consistent. Those pipes are hollow, meaning that if you gank someone, there's a good chance a geyser of blood is going to squirt out the other end. We had a lot of fun doing takedowns for it. Gustafson grins. So I'm not too stoked on this whole pipe idea. I don't know why they're making such a big deal out of it. I like the whole idea that they're going to use it for progression, but that to me is a pipe's not a selling point for me in a video game.
No, I agree completely.
Well, it's similar to Bioshock Infinite, not to go back to that, but how they introduced like the crossbow, I believe it was, and it was all stealthy,
you're right there. I take it back. Yeah. You're right. That's a good one.
So we don't know.
This happens all the time. I take it back. No, turn off your webcam.
No, I'm leaving it on. It's not hurting anybody, and you guys can look at it.
I mean, you're typing, so I can hear that clear as day. Number 4 is The Dead Rising. The Old Blood has plenty of nods to the 2001 classic Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but it's not just the setting. Sure, old school players will get a nostalgic thrill as they sneak and shoot their way through the castle walls, and they'll run into a few familiar faces along the way, including, I don't know those people. The weapons and collectibles, while completely new, are reminiscent of the classic shooter. Even the plot shares some similarities with the earlier game. Everything is, of course, very, very different, but the storyline is still there. Okay, so that's not exciting. Don't expect these Nazi zombies to be exactly like you remember them from the 2001 classic. These types of enemies can be tricky, but they don't typically have ranged weapons. But in the Old Blood, some of them actually use a rifle, and we also have some intense dash attacks. So there's Nazi zombies in this?
Are you going?
Man, I think zombie thing.
You mean Call of Duty?
Call of Duty confirmed.
I can't believe this, dude. Fucking Wolfenstein's on the Nazi zombie trend.
I'm okay with that though. Zombies is fun.
It depends in what context though. If it's just zombies for the sake of zombies, then it's not
like all zombie games are fun. I'm just saying like Nazi zombies in the Call of Duty context are fun. So like,
my favorite.
If it's a similar experience, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Interesting, Noah. Thanks for your input. Number 5 is Grand Adventure. Speaking of fun, the Old Blood is all about heart-thumping, pulse-pounding, bullet-blasting thrills. While there's a fully developed story, it's got much more pulp B-movie vibe, which matches perfectly with the overall direction of the standalone DLC. We wanted the Old Blood to be more gameplay-focused, so expect a heaping helping of high-intensity moments, loads of fast actions, and rollicking sense of adventure from start to finish. It's something you can just play through and immediately have fun, and having seen it in action, we wholeheartedly agree. Says Beth Blog's own website. That's fucking hilarious. I hate when they do that. That is just...
We think our game is going to look cool. Like, that's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say that really sounded like a marketing slogan.
Well, it's like they're trying to sound like IGN, like, oh, we've seen the game, but it's like, of course you've seen the game. You made the fucking
Yeah, I just
game.
picture Pete Hyman with his fucking evil cat just sitting there stroking his cat while he types his article with one hand.
You know, like,
With his gold fingers.
his gold fingers.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, I spit.
His monocle.
Monocle.
Number 6 is any order. Worried that you haven't played any of the new order? Not a problem, Noah and Revan. The Old Blood not only teaches you everything you need to know about the gameplay, but won't spoil a single thing in the new order. It really is a prequel. The last scene of the Old Blood is a couple of hours before the start of New Order in terms of timeline, so it set things up perfectly. And if you have played the New Order, even better. There are elements in the Old Blood that fill in some blanks in the New Order. There's some more stuff about the Yushid technology, even though we necessarily don't call it that. There are hints and clues and nods to the New Order hidden throughout the game. People playing it in a different order will get a unique experience, but both of them will have a good time. Wow, so special.
If I get this game, I'm gonna play the New Order first. So I mean, I like to play a game and then play like a prequel or something, and then get the references. Because if I play the New Blood or whatever, Old Blood,
Yeah, Old Blood, New Order. Yeah, I have the same problem.
If I play through this, I'm not going to enjoy it like someone who already played that would, because of all the references and the nods and you know what I mean.
You want to play a game as it was released in the real world, you know what I mean? So the fact is, they made Wolfenstein, that original game. You should play that first, even though it's not going to spoil it for you, because it's going to give you a completely different experience.
Okay.
Noah, are you on your phone?
No, this is my calculator.
It's funny, Noah has his webcam on, but I'm recording the
does.
entire screen.
I'm
not going to turn my on. If I turn my on, it fucks up the recording because it splits it up, so I can't do that.
So I want to get some nice screen caps of Noah throughout this.
I'm also shirtless right now, so I'm very fucking white. So
Are you
anyways,
really shirtless?
I swear I'm shirtless.
Why?
It's hot as fuck here. It's like 84 degrees.
It's
I live in Phoenix, Arizona, or wherever the hell you live.
I don't live in Phoenix. I live in Tucson, Matt.
Now they know where you live. They're coming for you.
Why don't you get right, Matt? Anyways, next fucking
Famous
list of long-ass paragraphs.
7 out of 7. Prost. Yes, the Old Blood is a fantastical take on alternate history, swirling with mysticism and suffused with... Yo, shut up, Revan.
Did they say fantastical?
Futuristic tech. But they didn't stop the Machine Games team from pursuing the highest level of you know what? I'm not even gonna read this because honestly, it's about tech and bullshit. I don't know why. You know what?
Just say
they're just trying. They're trying to sell us something here, Noah.
I don't know why at the beginning you say my name. I don't know why at the beginning of this you didn't just say I'll link the articles. You can read it yourself.
Because I want to read and interact with them.
We have so much more news we need to go through.
Okay, I said this is gonna be a long episode. You will get ice cream with your dad. Okay, fucking tell him to relax.
I just imagine just walking down the street with like a cone in his hand. You're like, oh, Daddy, Rocky Road.
Thanks so much, Dad.
Rocky Road.
This is gonna be my most favorite podcast. I'm just saying. Anyway.
All right, moving on. This is the exact opposite of the atmosphere of this podcast. It's pretty depressing stuff. Prey 2 developer stepped forward and released some details on the troubled development of the game. According to the project director, Chris Reinhardt, the studio ceased development on the promising sequel back in 2011, a full 3 years before Bethesda actually announced that this game has been canceled. It was in a very close alpha state with all major content pieces represented. They were at a point in the game where they could step back and see the whole picture and shift from developer to editor and decide what elements to cut and which elements to emphasize and polish. Prey 2 was first revealed back in March of 2011, which means that Human had stopped working on the title less than a year after it was even announced. Jeez. That is just, you know, that game looks so fucking good too.
Yeah.
Like, so it upsets me reading this.
See, I can appreciate this news because, like, when all this was happening, I was just like, I was completely blind to the gaming industry. I was just like that one kid who only played Call of Duty and...
we all went to that phase. Don't feel bad.
Oh, yeah. We all went to that phase.
I went through it later.
But when games go through development hell like this, it's really... Because think of it in the eyes of a developer. You put all your time and effort. Yeah, they don't see this as a job, I don't think, if they're passionate about it. And to see everything scrapped is depressing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Especially when it's being so positively received. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people were stoked on this game.
What if this is happening to Fallout 4, but they just haven't announced it's failing
no,
yet?
Revan.
You're
the game hasn't even been announced yet. The game hasn't even been announced yet. There can't be a cancellation if it hasn't been announced. In my eyes.
See, this is just like reminded me of how 2K Australia just got its doors shut. Like the gaming industry is in a state of flux right now, and it's sad.
Yeah,
honestly,
it put out 2K Australia was the main ones behind pre-sequel, and they just got shut out, right?
Yeah, behind
must have
Borderlands
not sold that
pre-sequel.
well, if that's the case, or at least
it wasn't
so.
that.
I think it was more. I think it was more than that. I don't
because to develop games in Australia, it takes a lot of money. That was the last AAA studio that we had here.
Why
and now it's all independent. Because we don't get subsidies from the government. It's really sad. And just think about it. What need does a developer have to produce games out here? There is no need. I mean, you can produce games anywhere because it's an export over the internet predominantly.
Yeah.
And like the only reason that they would have it is, you can do some of the packaging and shipping here, but still, it has no real point.
Yeah.
So now we have a bunch of independent developers here. We have places like Victoria, which is a state, is getting subsidies from the government, which can support them. But that's why 2K Australia was just blown out. They even helped on Bioshock Infinite too, which is wild.
They did.
But anyways,
I heard about that.
They helped like develop the levels. But yeah.
Moving back to Prey 2, I mean, you know, it's just a shame because it looked like, in my opinion, the first-person sequel to Star Wars Bounty Hunter that I always wanted.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars Bounty Hunter was sick. In this game, you literally could, like, you chase this person through, like, the demo that they have from E3 2011. They literally, like, chase this dude through, like, this bar-like area in this, like, futuristic city. And they're like, yeah, it's an open world. They're doing all this great parkour. And then, like, he captures this thing at the end with these kind of, like, I think they're, like, bolas or something like that, like, wrapped around his ankle. And then he's like in this shield and he could choose to interrogate him. But if he interrogated him too much through like shocking him, he could kill him and then piss off the guy who hired him. And that guy who hired him could send people after him. Like, it was so crazy. Like, the ideas that were there were fucking awesome. I was so stoked on that game. So hearing it's like how they hit this rut where like after half a year of it being worked on, they just stopped working on it for 3 years. Like, that's just depressing.
Yeah, I agree.
But what is somewhat keeps me a little bit hopeful is that since they weren't too far in the project, it wouldn't be hard to bring this thing back, if you ask me personally. It wouldn't be too hard to bring it back and revive this project on like new terms with Bethesda.
There's a lot of things that depend for like someone to say it wouldn't be hard. It's probably a lot more difficult than just saying, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot behind it. You know?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. But I just think like some of the work is done. That's what I'm saying. Like,
some of the work is done.
Like there's a project there, and you know maybe if you bring in a new studio, then they're gonna want to scrap it and do their own thing probably. But I'm saying like if like Human Head and Bethesda got on better terms, then maybe you know they'd have some of this done here where they could bring it back. I really
a lot of if ands there though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it came down to money, which pisses me off because it always when it comes to Bethesda and like issues with other people, it's always down to money and like legal bullshit.
Usually most companies, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the gaming industry in general. It's sad.
Anyways, next piece of news. Like I said, this is what we dream the podcast to kind of be like when it comes to news. Is everything Bethesda? Because now we're on the Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, we got more stuff other than Bethesda though. Just wait.
Yeah, that's in segment 4. Noah, calm your fucking gaming boner.
No, this is in the main segment, Matt. This is the main segment.
Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot. I apologize. I'll take that back. Okay.
You.
Okay. Elder Scrolls Online account transfers for consoles are available for 30 days right now. If you purchased Elder Scrolls Online on the PC, like back then when it released, or at really any point during last year, you only have to pay $20 and you get a copy of ESO for whatever console you choose, along with your account being transferred over so you don't lose any progress being previously made. I fucking like this idea. This is like we know this game isn't that high on your hit parade, but we're going to give it to you at a third of the price, and you're not going to lose anything you worked on when you played this game temporarily, and you don't have to pay a subscription fee. I think this is good. Is anyone else feeling like if you pay, I mean, it kind of sucks that it's only available to people who've had this game purchased already, but I think it's a smart business move. It gets more people into this game. Like I was originally decided like I'll spend the $60 on it, but now I'm definitely giving them $20 and, you know, getting all my stuff back.
Yeah, I personally haven't played. Oh, sorry.
No,
you did.
Right,
you did the no. I'm just kidding.
This is what we do. We interrupt each other.
Yeah, just look at the comments.
No, but like Look, I think this is, as you said, Matty, a good business decision because just think about all of the other games out nowadays and how they're trying to extort money out of the fan bases. Mortal Kombat X is one example. But, you know, it's yeah, we will get into that later because that's frustrating. But I don't know what phrase I'm trying to use, but it's a nice change of pace to see how a developer, look, they know that their game... It's fair. It's not, the game is not as popular as they thought it would be, so they need to try and get as many fans into it as possible. And because of that, we benefit as a result. We're not paying extortionate prices. We're not, also, you know, for example.
It's also really just humble. You know, they're not like saying this game's failing. Let's try to run up the bill as much as we can and make our money back. They say this game isn't doing as well as we expected. Let's get as many bodies in here as we can.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You know, try to build it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, I can't see, like, when you transfer your game from the PC to the Xbox One, PS4, whatever, does that mean you can't progress anymore on the PC?
I believe, you know, that's a really good question. I do remember reading that I don't think you can flip back and forth between these two profiles. It's just a transfer so that if you want to play on the comfort of your couch or your chair or whatever, that you can transfer your account to consoles and then kind of sit there. I think it's mainly for people who want to give this game a second try, because essentially if you bought it for PC, it's always available there. But if you want to switch to console and play with a few friends who don't have PCs now for $20, you can do that. It's a smart choice. I really, there's no flaws in that choice that they made there, I think.
Exactly. They're giving you the option. You can pay the full price and start again, or $20, and you can continue with your character. So I like that. I really do.
Yeah. So it's a fair price too. That's as much as the fucking old blood or whatever the hell it's called. Final piece of news.
We can never get it right.
I fucking can't. I'm sorry.
Are you guys tweeting to each other?
Look at what Revan just tweeted. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Final piece of news for this segment. This is literally a fucking podcast in its own right, this news segment. I can't believe it. Well, we're right here at the end. ESO console beta is happening soon. According to a handful of listeners who messaged me, ZeniMax has sent out an email asking those who have signed up for this beta what console they prefer, which signifies that it's basically almost ready. We have known for a good amount of time that a console beta was coming around for ESO, but it's a matter of... okay, all right. I'm trying to talk about...
No one's
I got the perfect screenshot.
What is so funny?
You're all so psyched.
I can't. I'm not, at this point. I'm just like focusing on what Matt's saying.
Let Matt finish the news
Is this
topic.
a fucking joke? Like, is this a fucking joke? I gotta look at this screenshot now. If it's good enough, I'll fucking throw it in the podcast. Hold on one sec.
Revan just starts.
That is so good.
Oh my
All right,
god.
Matt. This is about 45 minutes in when you're doing the editing. Okay. So
Thank you.
throw that one up there.
People are gonna understand as
Once
soon
you
as
see
Revan
it,
laughs.
you'll know
put up the
exactly.
picture.
All right, that was worth the interruption.
That was worth it. Okay.
Okay.
Well done, Revan. No
all
more
right,
interruptions.
continue.
Though. Continue.
Yeah,
Continue.
enough of your fucking screeching. Okay. So basically, ESO console beta is happening soon. What are we thinking about this? Is it
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see an MMO console beta for an MMO that was originally on PC that was fairly successful.
Yes, it was pretty popular.
So it's gonna be interesting to see kind of like how it's actually gonna work. You know, and I hear that the controller and stuff like that, it works pretty well with the controller.
Yeah, I read that as well.
From what I've heard, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm not gonna play it, but
I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting how many people sign up for it, because so many people sign up for the PC one. Then you hear about the kind of negative, I don't want to say negative, just the subpar reviews it got afterwards, and how many people are going to be interested like over a year later when they promised a console version last year. You know, I wonder how many people are really going to stack up in this beta, how many people's interest have gone this far on, especially like at this point you already had official reviews up on the game and stuff. Why would you need a beta in general? No, I mean, I'm not saying from ZeniMax's perspective, it's understandable why you'd need a beta, but why people would want a beta test anyways is kind of beyond me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how this is going to go in general. The fact is, I thought they would be in the state where they wouldn't even need to release a beta. Fair enough, it's on console now, so they need to test it. But anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, That is finally your news roundup. Jesus Christ.
Now my turn.
Wait, how long are we in? 46 minutes.
Okay.
Jesus,
Yeah.
this is
It's
gonna
my
be
turn because
long.
we're not actually done. IGN. It's my turn now. IGN showed an article on which Sith Lord. Sith Lord.
Really?
in the
I thought this
Star
was
Wars.
something entirely different. Are you kidding me?
No,
All right.
what? This is news.
Okay.
It's
Oh, you-
news.
Is it Bethesda news?
No, I didn't. I thought this was just an.
I was thinking something totally different. I'm not as understanding as I was earlier.
Star Wars: The Edgelord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yo, that
the
was
Sith
such an
Lord's-
evil laugh. Oh my god.
the Sith Lord's name is Kylo Ren, and he's got like a metal face. It's pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, for the
He sounds like that one kid in school tries to be edgy as fuck, and he's like, "Hey, call me Kylo."
He wears
whatever.
the fedora. He's like, I browse our atheism constant.
Yeah. Tipped pre-war hat.
Yeah, tips. Exactly.
Tips.
So I thought that was pretty cool. We can also talk about the GTA 5 launch stability, but we'll do some other stuff before we talk about that.
We'll get into that.
We'll hold
get
on.
into that.
Later. Segment 4.
Hold on
later.
your saltiness,
Alright.
please.
Segment 3 though, we've made a little adjustment to that. It used to be the Fallout Elder Scrolls Spotlight. That worked, but we wanted to spread it out a little bit so that we can all get involved in this a lot easier. So now it's just a Bethesda Spotlight where we highlight any published game, any developed game, whatever you want. Makes it a lot more accessible.
Wait, you just said Bethesda Spotlight.
Bethesda
Yeah,
Spotlight.
Bethesda
Yes.
Spotlight.
I thought before it was any Bethesda game anyways.
No, it
No,
was
it was
the
Fallout
Fallout and Elder
Skyrim.
Scrolls Spotlight. You totally haven't been on this podcast for 10
No,
weeks or anything.
this is my first time. How's it going, guys?
My name's Noah.
I'm really nervous.
I'm really
My name's hey guys, my name is Maddie, and I have a brand new Fallout 4 video to you today. I just would like to tell you all that it's confirmed. It's here.
It is here.
I apologize for my lack of
You really
enthusiasm.
think I'd be that calm? Yeah, I was about to say, do you really think I'd be like, it's here?
You
It's
should
finally here.
you should do a Harlem Shake. I hear people
Yeah,
are still doing those. No, but
It's funny when you watched Maddie's last video, you could tell it was like 3 a.m. because he's like, "What's going on, guys? It's Maddie here." and
those
I'm
were like
trying to be
my old
quiet."
commentaries. I would record them at like 2 a.m. and be like, "What's going on, guys? Noah here." It's really
I don't want to
late
wake
night."
up my mom right now, so I gotta be extra super quiet.
That's exactly what it would be like. Anyway, so
fuck.
Elder Scrolls or
Continue.
Bethesda Spotlight now.
Is anyone ready?
I got it. I got a really
Revan
good.
has
Alright,
one. I know
Revan,
he
you're
does.
really
You're
so-
excited as fuck.
Yeah,
This is
Noah,
this
think
was.
when you're done.
I would like to share with you guys the first time I've ever been introduced to the Fallout series, and this shit was absolutely crazy. So, my
You're
first
building
thing,
it up now. High
Okay.
expectations, Revan.
Okay. Held up a Call of Duty case.
Anyways, continue.
Okay, so I was playing. My friend and me. Okay, this is gonna sound like really fucking like.
Don't
Get
say
up.
don't say. Okay,
All right.
there you go.
So basically,
Is your webcam still on? Would you mind turning
Me-
it off? Because now it's starting to split up the files. if
me
you
and
don't mind.
a friend of mine used to trade PS3 games a lot because we really hated our games, so we just traded them. And I had Modern Warfare 2, and I didn't want it at all. And so I traded that for Fallout 3, and my friends were like, "Oh, I hate this game. It's such a shit game. You could have it." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh damn.
So I started it up, and I got through like the intro out of the vault, except, you know, like the two people who run like past the vault entrance or whatever and get shot. Well, I just went straight. I just like stood there for like an hour trying to bat those guys to death, and I finally did it. And then I just went out of the vault that way. And then, I first got out of the vault. That was really cool and all. And then I was just like, oh, okay. And then you know how like Megaton, it's right there. You know what I mean? You cannot miss it. So I went like up the road to Springville, and I was playing for like 4 hours without getting attacked by anything. And before I knew it, like 4 hours later, I was up like past Canterbury Commons.
Oh my god.
And
Jesus
at that
Christ.
point, it
You
was
literally
just,
did
like,
what Bethesda envisions. Anytime you
Yeah.
exit one of their opening areas, go wherever you
Yeah.
want.
12 a.m. It was 12 a.m. and no one was home. And I was like, and then it was like evening, like the sun was going down. Just as the sun goes down, I hear footsteps like running as fast as they can behind me. I turn around, there's a raider. It scared the shit out of me.
Dude, the Raiders in Springvale School used to scare the life out of me.
Same.
I kid you not. Like that's my number one scary area in that game. Everyone's always like, what's that area with the obelisk and the book and everything there? Like that's dark, full of ghouls. Like everyone always says it's like the infamous scary place in Fallout 3. And it's scary, don't get me wrong. But Springvale School, dude, if you're first time playing Fallout 3, that is your scariest time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All you hear is people yelling and like it's dark as fuck and like you just think to yourself, wow, everyone is dead and I'm in a school right now. Like what the fuck am I doing?
And all you have is this 10mm pistol trying to fire off raiders with fucking hunting rifles and shit. And there's a fair few of them, so it's a bit of a shock.
Yeah, but anyways, so I barely escaped the raider. And then mole rats don't really catch me as a surprise. Then I get attacked by dogs, and I have like 20 health. So at this point, I'm like around like the alien space crash wreckage.
Jesus Christ, Revan.
And I barely even encountered enemies. So I was like, okay, this game is pretty shit. So I'm just gonna keep playing it a bit.
This game is terrible. I'm gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep playing, and I only had I was out of ammo for my 10mm pistol and my baseball bat. So I was completely desperate. I had no healing items whatsoever, and so I just then I saw the map marker for Megaton, but I just assumed that was like pointing north or whatever. I thought that was just the north thing.
Oh my god.
So I just kept heading towards that, and I was like, okay, that's definitely not anything. That's just ruin, so I'm not going to go there. So I didn't get too close. And then I completely went the opposite direction. And then I veered off like past Arafu or whatever. And then I ended up almost at Raven Rock. So
So yeah, let's get this straight, Revan. You started the game you ended up at the place where you're meant to end up, almost to the end of the story.
Yes,
at Raven Rock.
And then I eventually got killed. I got killed around the Raven Rock area, and I got really pissed, so I just shut it off. And then like 2 months later, I started up a new character, and it was just like this girl with like bright blue hair, and like I took everything out of all of her other skills and just put it into endurance, strength, and intelligence. Yeah. And then I like destroyed everything after that.
Good shit, Revan.
That's probably one of the more interesting starts to Fallout 3 I've heard. Yeah.
I was waiting for the hear like I died and I never saved my game and I lost all my progress. I was waiting to hear that. Like that's what I was on the edge of my seat for.
But the thing is, like, the thing is, after that, the game really appealed to me because like. This was one of the reasons I started watching Maddie. That was really the deal breaker. Yeah, this guy's awesome. My favorite game ever is Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Yeah, those are the best games I've ever played. And it reminded me so much like that. And I never really played RPGs, and that really is what got me hooked.
Cool.
So.
It's very nice to hear that, like how people got into Fallout, how they even played the game. It can be so different to your journey. So
and
Noah, I want to pick on you.
How this specific game attracts people with the same likes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Revan, you run your own podcast, and you should be like the only one there, and then like just talk. I'm just kidding, Revan. But so
share your story.
I'm just fucking with you, Revan. But mine's actually related to Dishonored now that the rules have been broken to this segment, but mine's related to Dishonored and in terms of like just playing that game stealth like through its entirety was so much fun to me, and I loved that game stealth. Fuck.
See, I played it. I just fucking killed everything. Oh, yeah, dude. I want to slice people's heads off. It was awesome.
I splinter celled that shit so hard.
I love Dishonored so much.
Did you get the achievement?
I went through an entire playthrough without killing anyone, and I went through an entire playthrough where I just fucking stabbed everyone.
I loved that game so much. I got it a few months ago because I didn't even know it was a Bethesda game really, and I think I heard Maddie talking about it. I was like, oh whatever, I'll get it, see how I like it, and I really got into it. Even though it's like only like a 18-hour game or whatever, right now I have.
It's a little shorter than that, to be honest. Yeah, I was going to say I think it's like 8.
Oh, well, yeah. I have 26 hours on that game.
If you play it stealth, it's a lot longer.
Yeah. Like, if you do a side objectives they give you.
Well, I just keep going back to the levels and just murdering everything. So.
I did find all of the fucking runes.
I give you
stuff,
credit
so
on
that does take a bit longer,
Yeah,
especially when you're looking at the map. And you're like, oh shit, there's a rune here, and you can't fucking get to it because it's some backdoor way, or you have to go through different areas to get to that location.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you,
can take a while.
Lone. I was gonna ask you like a while back in a Steam message. How was Dishonored? How'd you like it?
I liked it. I really liked it. I'm not gonna ruin this game or the spoilers or whatever, but that twist. It wasn't like, oh my god, I kind of expected it. It was kind of going that way.
I thought the story was.
I did enjoy it.
I thought the story was really weak. I thought the gameplay is what really got me. You know what I mean? I really liked the gameplay.
Yeah, the story wasn't gonna win any awards, but the gameplay was a lot of fun.
I just
it was
really
so
didn't.
free.
Well,
That's why.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said like the gameplay was just so free. Like there was no real restriction to how you wanted to play and how you wanted to travel. It was linear but free
at the same time. Yeah.
It was like play areas. Yeah. You set up a level basically. And you'd go in there and just do what you want. It was like sandbox levels. That's what it was.
Sandbox, yeah, it was.
Sandbox. Let me get your fax number, girl.
Sandbox.
Hey, girl, what's your beeper number? But,
alright, I'll go and I'll quickly talk about Wolfenstein. Yeah, I'll be quick, Noah. Can't be tits. No. I think Wolfenstein, I haven't really played a game like that where it's kind of incorporating the gameplay and then it cuts into cutscenes really seamlessly, I would say. I can't think of another game that does that, and I just wanted to point it out that it's a unique trait of Wolfenstein that I think is really cool, and they executed it pretty brilliantly. Plus, the eyes of the characters are so like bright and weird. I don't know.
It is,
anyways,
yeah.
Anytime I think of Wolfenstein, actually I don't want to spoil anything for it. It's just such a fucking weird scene in the game. I won't say anything, but like,
You're spoiling it.
It was a sex scene. I'll say that much, but I don't know why. That's the first.
There's a sex. Yes, I'm gonna play this game more. All right, go on, Matty.
Well, I guess that kind of could correspond. I would have assumed that Matty was the hentai loving. You know, I would have assumed that would have been more his thing.
It's all
hey, listen,
hey girls, so it doesn't fucking
the king
turn
of
me
kangaroos.
On.
XD.
The king of kangaroos gets aroused too. All right, let's fucking
both.
come on.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a disease.
It explains why I'm one kangaroo short on my arc.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh my god, I'm tweeting that out right now.
Something we have briefly talked about before, but I just want to highlight it mainly as a specific spotlight, I guess we could say. That's the gadget creativity of Rage. I fucking love everything about the gameplay in that game. Like I said, we have discussed this briefly, but Lone is the only one who's ever connected with me on this in an emotional way. I mean, you have like the RC cars that blow up. You have the fucking boomerangs. You have, what else is in there? I think you have like these things that you can plant that are like these spinning fans that like chop people in half and shit. Like there's so many gadgets that you can set up, and like it embraces that and just gets fucking crazy with it.
Yeah, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It admits that you're not ever going to get like a boomerang that can chop someone's head off and then it can return back to you in some cases. You know what I mean? Like it at least takes some liberties with the fact that it's a video game. It doesn't have to be realistic.
Break the fourth wall a little bit.
Exactly. So that's what I really liked about the weapons in Rage.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid first-person shooter. And the guns felt, for lack of better words, they felt like meaty. Like, you know, you fucking, like, when you shot them, it was heavy. But, like, the gadgets that they had were just on this whole other spectrum that just had this different feel to them, and let you, like, tackle certain situations. Like, I remember in this one place, I entered the area, and there was, like, an optional objective. I think I had to destroy, like, a certain generator. And the only way you could do it was with an RC car that blew up, and you had to ride your way through, like, this group of enemies. And then, like, you'd have to go through only a door that the RC car could fit through and then blow up this entire room. And I think, like, stuff like that was just so cool because it embraced, like, all these little things that you would invest your money in.
No, definitely. I completely agree. That game is definitely underestimated.
Yeah.
People need to play it. I don't understand why it wasn't as popular as it should have been. I think maybe if the multiplayer wasn't just cars and it was actually shooting, it could have been a bit more popular. But go play the game if you're still listening to the podcast at this point.
Yeah.
Because it has been well over an hour.
Jesus. I don't know why I said it like that.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I got too overzealous.
let's move on to the fourth segment. What we're playing and what our favorite game news bit this week. Or favorite gaming news bit this week. That's what I was trying to say. Who would like to go first?
It's gonna be all about
you three all have kind of like the same favorite gaming news bit that you want to talk about. So if you guys would like to go first.
Well, since I love center of attention, I think I'll go. What's it called? Yeah, so GTA 5 launched. Okay, I'm sure we've all played it on PC. I'm gonna say this real quick. Make sure if you're having issues, stuttering, whatever, make sure you download the most recent drivers, both from AMD and NVIDIA. It dramatically improves it. But yeah, so we've all played it. It's a lot of fun. It's what I've been playing. I think it is. If you disagree, you're wrong.
No, I completely agree. But yeah, there have been issues with just any PCs running the game. I think everybody's encountered some sort of issues. For a while there, it was me. I thought my PC could handle the game at very high settings, and so I started the game. It was 60 frames per second, all very high, cool. In the starting settings.
Yeah, same.
And as soon as I went outside, it dropped to 30, and I think, oh shit, maybe I went outside. I gotta tweak my settings. So I went to normal quality, and I was running 60 frames again. I exited the game, went back into it, it's back to 30 again. So it turns out VSync locks it at 30 FPS, even though it wasn't at the half setting. So it should have been locked at 60, but it fucked it up. So long story short, I run the game in window borderless mode, and that fixes that issue. But there are a lot of other problems.
Okay.
You should go on some of the support forums.
Okay, two things. The game. Yeah, I'm after this. I'm about to go on
Revan, it sounds like you just fell down the stairs.
I was about to say, it sounds like he was leaning back in his chair and he was sitting up and moving 40 things off his desk.
I'm on the edge of a rug, so it kind of goes off. My chair kind of goes off and on. But I've been playing several games at once because a few weeks ago I just had $20 and GTA 5 got delayed again. I was like, whatever, I'll just fucking spend it.
Yeah, and
a bunch of games were on. Yeah, a bunch of games were on sale, so I bought all of the BioShocks. I bought Borderlands 2, and I bought Dying Light. And I really Dying Light is my favorite out of all. Well, no, not 20. But I got Dying Light a little bit before that. Oh yeah. I got and I really love Dying Light. I've been playing it. I'm still playing it. It's amazing. And then Borderlands 2 I really enjoy. It's a really fun game, especially with friends. But BioShock Infinite was really good, but I just kind of got sick of the combat, you know what I mean? I'm very picky right now. I'm very
hold the fucking phone. BioShock Infinite is not about the gameplay. It doesn't always have to be about gameplay.
But it has good story.
It does have good gameplay, so it's like what?
It does, yeah. It gets repetitive, fine. But what game doesn't?
Think so I don't know. I had fun with it.
I think it does. Specifically the combat.
How high pitched is this podcast getting?
Yeah, and then. Obviously, I've been playing trying to play GTA 5. Well, I've been playing GTA 5, the story mode, a lot. But GTA Online,
just kidding.
Oh my god. I cannot play that game for 10 minutes straight without it stop working. If anyone...
And this is where Noah
To be fair...
the game's running fine for me.
To be fair, that is due to probably your internet circumstances. Because
no.
Hold on.
I was playing in a solo session.
That doesn't matter.
Everybody
you're still
calm the
connected
fuck
to a
down.
server. It's not your own. It's very possible that is based on your internet. Because if you're playing the game single player with not really any issues of crashing, it probably boils down to the internet.
Okay, listen, I will play the game out here in Down Under. If I have problems with it, we'll get a better idea. You're back in Australia.
Aussie, mate. Sorry. That's so bad.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not bad.
I want you to do your American accent so bad.
My dad's... Yes, Dad.
Hey, Lone's dad.
Try it.
I want to mute guys.
Do an American accent. Just try it. Even if it's terrible, I want to hear it.
I'm curious as well.
I'm gonna mute.
Try to sound like me when I'm being
Go ahead.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Slam some beers and get some girls.
I'm gonna say real quick. I guarantee you he's gonna sound Southern. But Okay,
Oh
but
my
continue.
God. Do I really
Just try
have
it.
to do
Just, it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Do it.
this? You guys are like put me on the
Just do
spot.
it. Just
and I'm
say,
really
just say,
scared.
just say. Okay, we'll give you something to say. Just say like, let's go to the gym and then grab some beers. That's all you have to say. Let's go to the gym
my
and then
God.
grab some beers. That's all you have to say.
My dad is calling me. Hold up, guys.
All
I'll
right.
be back.
Well,
Yeah,
practice
forget that when he
while
comes
you're
back.
doing that.
Practice.
Yeah. So, what were we talking about? Okay, you were expressing your issues, Revan.
But anyways, I know a few people who've been having the same problems though, and they have much better internet than me. And apparently it's just been crashing. I mean, it's a really good game. I really love GTA 5, but the story, like the graphics on it, are amazing.
Yeah.
I've been playing story mode, and from what I've played, it's just an amazing game. I'm about almost 30 hours in, and
Same.
it's brilliant. I think the developers really tried making this a really good, memorable game. You know what I mean?
Apparently, the PC port has been in production since the beginning, like since the other the console version was started as well. Like they had full intentions of releasing this for PC. You know, it's not really even a port. It's its own thing. You know. So I think that was really interesting and really cool. But Matt, your experiences. What are some of your experiences?
I've only played it briefly, but on the technological side, and the reason I only played it briefly is mainly because I've been playing Mortal Kombat this week, but I don't have any issues with the game. I really didn't have any startup issues, any technical issues when it came to GTA. I just had to bump down my settings to normal for streaming. I've been enjoying it for the most part. The Oilers got the first pick! What are you guys doing? I'm fucking recording.
Oh my
You're a
God.
bunch of fucking idiots. Get the fuck out of my room.
Not just have
That's great that they get the first pick. Okay, that's great. I will celebrate in a second. Please leave my room.
Wait, what happened? Oh.
Matt's brother and some other idiot just ran into his room. Oh my God. This is the most deconstructed
No, hold on. You want to hear something funny before I get on to anything? Ivan walked in my room. I said, I'm recording a podcast. Who was the first one who entered my room? Ivan. He knew I was recording. Fucking idiots. Okay, I apologize to the listeners, even though it was kind of funny. And Noah, Revan, and Lone, I do apologize.
Lone, it's real quick,
I
Lone,
just
it's
got
your
back
turn.
too.
I mean, Lone, it's your turn to American accent, real quick.
Oh God! Did you guys all go?
Yeah. Well, Matt's in the middle. You know what?
I was
Okay.
just saying,
let's
basically,
let
my
Matt finish,
GTA
yeah.
experience, has been smooth. I really haven't had that many issues. I haven't played the game a lot, but my PC ran it fine and everything. I don't know. It hasn't been that many issues.
Are you cutting out?
It's been good.
Or were you
No.
cutting out, or were you just pausing?
I was
on
just
your
pausing
You're like,
because
I don't know.
I'm trying to process that my favorite team in the West just won
For the love of
the
God.
lottery. They're going to get Connor McDavid. I
Sick.
can't.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
Lone,
Okay.
Lone, your turn. American accent.
Oh,
Just,
God.
we're
Okay.
let's run to the gym and grab some beers.
Oh my.
No, what I will do is impersonate my cousin.
Okay,
who's American.
that's even better.
That's
Do
good.
it. Go ahead.
Oh God, this is gonna be so embarrassing. I'm just clearing
yeah.
the throat. Oh my God, how are you?
Oh my
Let's go get some
God, that was
beers.
perfect.
That's actually really good.
That was really good.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah,
cheat
I've
sheet
been
on that
practicing
one.
on that.
That's good.
That was good. That was really good.
I want to listen back through and see if that's.
You sounded like a valley girl. Like, oh my God. You sounded
like, oh my God, let's go get our hair done.
Cat in the weekly. No, but
You screwed up a bit on the last syllable, though. But
still.
other than that,
damn.
it was
I'll work
awesome.
on my syllables.
All right, let's move on. This is literally.
Well, I'm not even. I didn't even. You guys talked, all three of you, about what you're playing in your favorite game news bit. I didn't get
Let
to go.
Matty go.
But that's what I meant by move on. Let's move on.
No, you meant move on to the fifth segment so you could go get ice cream with your dad.
I have not. This is the best / worst episode of this podcast that has ever been recorded.
I love
Whatever,
it.
it's
I'm loving
fucking
this.
balls.
Noah, go order pizza for dinner.
Yeah, I'm doing an order of pizza, Jimmy.
Okay, so let's start off with what I'm playing. MKX.
All right,
Why do
go.
you guys want me to do a review for MKX? I'm sure at some point I'll get to it. I'm not IGN, so like I don't bust my ass to
You
get
also
reviews
didn't get
out.
a review copy either.
Yeah, I don't know. Warner Brothers hates me, clearly. I'm kidding. But MKX is awesome. I bought that game just to beat people's asses online. Really, that's all I bought it for. I just bought it to kick ass, do the living towers, I think they're called. I didn't buy it for the story. You don't buy a fighting game for the story. I'm sorry, even though it's solid.
I like Mortal Kombat story. What the fuck, man?
I mean, I'm gonna play it, but I play as Kung Jin. He's the guy with the bow, and I just fucking slap people online. Like,
I remember playing you in Mortal Kombat online, and friendships don't die for moments very easily, but for the love of God, me and Matt's friendship died for those like couple of matches. I wanted you dead.
Anyways, Mortal Kombat X is a great experience so far. I'm really enjoying the gameplay. It's really deep, and its fatalities are sick, as everyone knows. I want to move on more so to my gaming bit. I'm so fucking excited. Star Wars Battlefront. Star Wars fucking Battlefront.
Oh,
ah! Let's go.
Jesus
Honestly,
Christ.
I can't fucking wait for this game. I've been holding in that screen for a day now. Like, okay. I don't know where to start. It is so sick looking, okay? Like, they just nailed on this.
Quick,
what?
I'm going to interrupt you, as usual. And I'm going to shit on the trailer that was released. Okay, really quickly. Yes, it was, quote, in air quotes, in-engine. And it was a cool-looking trailer. But it was all CGI, okay? It was all...
Not CGI. It's not.
It was, okay, it was in-engine, yes. So it wasn't, okay, you're right. It wasn't CGI, but it was like pre-rendered. Everything was like... supposed to look that good. The game will not be that realistic looking. The game will look beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's DICE doing it. I'm confident in DICE's abilities. The Frostbite engine is fantastic for this game, but I want everyone to be clear that they wanted that trailer to look as beautiful as possible. We're talking about EA here. We need to be fucking careful with that.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that okay. I don't like saying this. I hate this line, but I'm going to trust them this time when I say
no.
Not EA, the press. Okay,
Oh Jesus, that's even worse.
No, because countless sources. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm obsessed over this game for years and years and years. And now that it actually exists, anytime something comes out for this game, I read it from any source possible. Watch anything from any source possible. Every fucking person who has seen this game has said that the reveal trailer and the gameplay are nearly identical. There is no difference, and it's because, and I'm not saying this to defend the game. Yes, there is a bias, but I have to be entirely honest that if everyone's saying it, not that many people are gonna lie. I haven't seen one person say that this game doesn't look like the trailer or that there is a significant downgrade. Everyone's saying the trailer you saw is how the game looks. I know it's hard to believe, but technology has moved forward. We do have these brand new systems. This is what we should be expecting out of developers, is this gorgeous realization of these universes that we've seen in movies and read books about.
You know what? I hope the game does look that beautiful.
I don't think it'll look as beautiful. I think it'll be very close because of the graphic style. It's designed to look like the movies, which is this 80s-esque video effects that,
70s, well,
or 70s, 80s,
the
whatever
third
it is.
movie, well, okay, yeah,
whatever. Regardless, it's that it's this kind of old film grain. I don't know what to call it exactly. That I feel like in a game isn't too hard to replicate exactly. Perhaps, you know, maybe there's a secret behind it. I mean, we're not really experienced game developers here, but I want to talk less about the graphics and more about the modes and everything. Some people are fed up about, I'm gonna make a whole video on this, by the way. If you've listened this far in the podcast, bless you. But
did they sneeze or are you?
No, Lord be with them. But one complaint I've seen a lot. Here's the thing, okay? Why are people so upset about there not being space battles? Is there really like a large demand? I know we all have this vision.
I had fun with them.
I hated
really
them.
Space battles.
Okay, well, you're just wrong because honestly, those were a lot of fun.
I loved them.
Here's the thing, is that it's going to be just like, for example, you take Battlefield and the jets and helicopters that are just flying above, shooting the shit out of each other. What's the difference if I'm above the battlefield where I can see people shooting at each other below and dropping friends off to help and whatnot? What's the difference between that and me flying up to space and going to a Star Destroyer? Like,
because constant like dog fighting is fun. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, like,
you can still, I'm saying though, you can still do that.
It's just the whole like immersion factor of it. Like,
yeah, and like boarding the
able,
enemy ship.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like,
to me.
taking out their life support, their shield, their engines, like one at a time.
Like, I'm not really upset it's not in the game. Like, it's like, okay, I can kind of live with or without it, but it's just cool that it was there. Now, if it's gone, fine, whatever. It's not a big deal to me, but...
That's what I'm saying, though. If people can let go of it, which everyone basically has after a day, they've been like, you know what? It's really not that big of a space battles aren't there. I think to myself, when I play Battlefront, do I think to myself, I want to play in the ships, which you can still do in this game. They have all the ships and everything, and you're still going to be able to dogfight against other people, which is cool. But I think to myself, I want to be a part of these battles, these iconic battles in the original trilogy, and they're going to bring those to life. And that's with the lasers on the ground as the soldier, not in the sky over the planet, you know? And I'm saying, like, I don't honestly think it would be too hard to do it, and they don't have much of an excuse for it since a PSP was able to do it all in one. But I think if there's one, that's really not an unjustifiable complaint. I think that's one that I think some fans should have the right to complain about. If there's one complaint I've heard that really just bothers me is that it's like people are looking for something to complain about. It's the fucking campaign. There's no campaign in Battlefront. Oh my god. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you buy Star Wars Battlefront to play a fucking campaign? Like, if you do, don't touch this game and leave the community.
I know, right? Like, the majority of the time I played it, I never even played the campaign at all. I just like that. I mostly play Galactic Conquest. That's like what I really enjoy.
If that's not in the game, Galactic Conquest, I will be heartbroken.
Yeah,
Instant action is back. They have said that you will be able to play maps and modes against bots, or online or offline. Great. If they don't bring back Galactic Conquest, that will be a severely big selling point for a lot of nostalgic fans, that if it doesn't come back, they're gonna fucking cut their sales a lot, because that's like the primitive single player mode. Now, a lot of people are assuming that since there's no campaign, that means there's no single player in this game. That's not it at all. It's just no campaign. It's a multiplayer focused game. It's always been a multiplayer focused game. They said to themselves, how about we say no campaign and focus our assets and development on the world, the guns, the customization, everything, because there's no classes in this game apparently. It's all about customizing your soldier and building your own play style through all these abilities and stuff. There's a lot of things that help make it differ from Battlefield 2. Like, they have this new cool system that I think is sick. It's called the partner system. And what happens is that you're able to basically, let's say, Noah, me and you bought this game together, and I made you my partner.
Oh, God. Do we have to get married?
No, I'm saying no. Let's say I'm level 15, and I unlock a certain blaster pistol.
A blood blaster.
Fuck you, man. I unlock a certain blaster pistol, and now that you're my partner, you unlock that as well.
That's pretty cool. Can you be my partner when the game comes out?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, of course. But I'm saying in general, though, that I think certain things like
young love
and Revan.
Oh, okay.
All right, continue.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I really wanted to talk about with this?
I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not fully.
We need to.
I can understand why new fans aren't fully sold on this game. We really haven't seen actual gameplay, and I feel like what this is a kind of a media/marketing scheme gone slightly wrong.
We are talking about EA.
Yes, because now we're seeing what's happening is that we have only the press and people who have talked about it, hyping this game up. It looks just as good as in the trailer. This gameplay is amazing.
That's why I keep interrupting you, and I'm sorry I do this, but
I don't mind. I like to hear you speak, Noah.
It's one of those things where, like, we heard the same thing with I'm not saying these games were bad, but I'm saying we heard the same thing about Battlefield 3, same thing about Battlefield 4. You know, like, oh, the game looks, and those aren't ugly looking games by any means, but like, until I see gameplay as in what I'm seeing when I look at the screen while I'm playing, i.e. gameplay, I'm not gonna make any assumptions. You know, that trailer was cool, it was awesome, it hyped me up, but at the same token, I'm very mindful. You know, I don't want to get hooked in by EA like I have been for 1,000,001 times. And I look at Ubisoft the exact same way.
Ubisoft is understandable. They've had a really bad track record recently. I feel like EA's not like in this full recovery, but they've been doing better when it comes to making good games lately, I'd say. Like, I haven't seen any big stories that happen where it goes, wow, EA really fucked them over. Mm-hmm. But I understand to a degree that if this game is, God forbid, broken at launch or something like that, I would blame less of EA and more of Disney, because I can guarantee Disney's the one who's forcing. No, Disney wants this game out around the movie. It's a fucking big selling point to have this game out around the movie, I'd say. I wouldn't put full blame on Disney, but they suck with video games, I've heard. Like Square Enix and Kingdom Hearts, though. That's the same thing. Like, they have so much trouble lending the rights for their shit.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna disagree with you harder than hard.
No, you made a video that said why EA wasn't the worst company ever.
Shut the fuck up. That was like 4 years ago. And they weren't that bad that many years ago. They weren't that bad that many years ago. Fuck you. I can't. I'm done.
I'm just kidding. But
I don't like it when you guys argue. Are you going to get a divorce?
When daddy and daddy argue.
He won't let two Maddies on his arc.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say about Star Wars Battlefront that comes to mind. For those who've listened this far, you'll see a video soon enough on the pessimism surrounding some of the Battlefront
shit. We need to move on. Questions.
Ice cream.
I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I want to eat dinner. So, questions.
Question number 1 comes from a returning question asker, if that's even the right term. all_Fallout. He says, how would you guys feel if Bethesda announced Fallout 4, but confirmed it would be the last one in the series?
Okay.
No.
No. You guys are gonna hate me. I would be really sad and all, but if it was a good conclusion to the Fallout series, I wouldn't be that.
I'd probably feel the same. I don't want a series I like to get killed, you know.
I feel like you're gonna end the series, sell it to someone else. Don't let the series.
No, that's a horrible thing to do.
No, just
because then you get these half-ass. I mean, you could either get really, really good, like
if you give it to the right developer, you know, it's not an issue.
But who's the right developer? That raises that question. Like
Obsidian, I win.
Okay.
I just don't think it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense for Fallout 4,
well, it's just
the last Fallout game.
Yeah.
I know it's a what if, but like I would feel shitty about it because it doesn't make sense, if it was to happen. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. It doesn't make sense. There's only been, you got Fallout 1, 2, Tactics, then you got these shitty spin-off Brotherhood of Steel, you got 3 New Vegas. Like, there's only really been 6 Fallout games. At least those are the ones that come to mind. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right, but you kind of have to disregard everything before Fallout 3 because this is Bethesda's time to make Fallout games. And if someone was to tell me they made 2 games, they passed one off to Obsidian, and then that's it, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
Stupid. What a waste of an IP.
Yeah, exactly. They spent all this money for it. That's why a lot of people are confident, Fallout 4 will happen, is because, like I said, they spent, what was it, like $2 million, I think, to get the IP?
They picked up the IP for like next to nothing, considering how much money they've made.
Yeah, exactly. But still, $2 million is not chump change. I wish it were chump change, honestly.
No, it's not.
For them, with the amount of money they made on Fallout 3 and New Vegas, I'd imagine, and DLC included, and people buying the game now for mods, they've made so much money back on that IP. I don't see it being, I know Bethesda says that they don't like to make games for the money, but let's be honest, Bethesda, who doesn't like money? I mean, Fallout 4
what company doesn't make games for the money?
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
that's the entire point.
Bethesda's gonna make a fucking Elmo RPG because that's what Todd Howard wants to fucking make. Like, no, you're gonna make Fallout 4 because that's gonna be printing fucking free cash.
Exactly. The way I see it, as long as Bethesda's around, we will always have a Fallout. As soon as, say, if Bethesda was to go under, that's when we'll stop seeing Fallout, and maybe someone else will purchase the IP.
It's a big maybe.
I can't see that happening for decades. Decades, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Bethesda's really on the upside now. You can tell by how many publishers or how many games they have published lately that they brought in. It's clear that they're on the upside.
Yeah, and another thing is like another thing that contributes to their long-lasting influence in the gaming industry. They also have a lot of games under their publishing wing, and then under their development one, they also have Elder Scrolls. So, so as long as they have those, I think they're going to stay afloat easily.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as long as Fallout, I know they say it's not about the money, but as I alluded to before, you have a company, you set up a company to make money. The fact is, it's not making money. So yes, it's lining the pockets of the executives, fine, but it's also to keep the studio afloat above all,
and to help fund these other games they're publishing and shit. You know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, think about how much money is reinvested back into developing games. Yeah, of course, the executives get their cut, but the fact is millions of dollars go back into development again. And so long as they're making that money and then some, then there's no way Fallout's going to go away. I know that wasn't the question, but yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good question. Good discussion. Question number 2 from @ClearOutNation on Twitter. He says, with all the deep digging coming from the Fallout community lately, how can we stop getting overexcited and reacting too much?
One simple phrase: calm your tits.
Okay.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
But how do people calm their tits?
Take everything with a grain of salt, and don't immediately think it's Fallout 4 or whatever until you have formed a perfect full opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always say, I fucking stress, take everything with a grain of salt. Don't listen to my opinion just because you follow me or you're a fan. Don't listen to Matty's opinion just because you're a fan. Make your own opinion, all right? Just consider things from an objective standpoint. Everybody has their opinion. No one is right in and of themselves. You know what I mean?
I think another thing that keeps from, because what he said overexcited, but he also said reacting too much as in after the case, is that, and I don't want to sound salty here, but don't point the finger like after the whole excitement's over and it turns out to be nothing. Don't point the finger at me, Lone, etc. That, oh, it's your fault. You hyped it up. It's like, we're just covering the game because we're as excited as you. We try to walk into this with a level head and look at it from as many perspectives as we can. Pointing the finger afterwards because you got worked up, even though we say, take this with a grain of salt, for example, doesn't mean that you just all of a sudden, because everything doesn't work out as we would like it to, that it's all of a sudden our fault. You know what I'm saying? And it's not Bethesda's fault as well. Not to interrupt you, Lone, but it's not Bethesda's fault either. You don't go at him or Pete Hines or them or Pete Hines just because it's not what you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Like the reactions towards Bethesda specifically make absolutely no sense. Yes, there was a time with the Survivor that made sense because they could have nipped that in the bud really early on, and they
could have avoided all of it.
Exactly. Nowadays they are saying, all right, this is a hoax. Don't believe this. That's fine. But everything is better with the benefit of hindsight. You can't be like, all right, there wasn't a reveal at this event. This particular YouTuber, this particular person said that there was a high likely chance that there would be. Don't go back and say, oh my God, you hyped everyone up. You were trying to,
get views,
confuse the community.
It's like, suck my fucking dick. I fucking hate that.
And that's, all right, I know this is fucking off topic, but that's one thing that I want to cover. When we have Fallout 4 in the start of the fucking title, it's about the game. It's not trying to be clickbaity. It's trying to optimize tags, and it frustrates me.
I really wish guys would stop clickbaiting me.
From all four of us here make videos and stuff. When you make a video, what is your idea in mind to catch the viewer's eye? Yes, correct? Not, and this isn't a shameful thing to admit. It's designed to catch your eye, intrigue you, and click on the video. We are not, and we make sure, all four of us, I can confidently say, are very sure to make sure that when we have these titles written out, that what we're talking about in the video doesn't make you feel like you wasted your time, because we know people get fucking salty over that. So when people say you look like that clickbaiting type of dude who just wants the money, it's like, no, I started this because I'm a fan of this game. I will end this at whatever time because, I've always been a fan of this thing. It's like, no one's trying to trick you. It comes same thing similar to like, digging deep into these video games, conspiracies, where it's like, no one's trying to get this crazy thing. Like, how can I trick them into clicking on my video and get their money? I mean, I guess maybe some people are like that, but not every YouTuber's like that.
No, you've set this trend when you have Fallout 4, and then whatever you're going to talk about. The fact is that you've done that for so long. I've done that for so long. It's not that we're trying to trick people. It's like, first of all, that's the trend that we've set. Second of all, it's not that we're trying to get people to click on it. Yeah, that might get some people to click on it, but in terms of just optimizing your videos, so when someone types in Fallout 4, they get videos which are related to the game. It's not that we're tricking, it's trying to help us get higher in the search rankings, to get our videos out to a wider range of audiences, because that's the entire point of a YouTube channel. Yeah. It's to grow your audience, it's to get views, and anything against that, it makes no sense. It would make no sense if in the last video you were like, Bethesda's E3 conference as a title. That makes it. What is the point of that? Yeah. Like, if you would have mentioned Fallout 4 in that, then the title's kind of misleading in that sense, because you're not mentioning what you're talking about in that video.
Both you and I made the video, and we basically had identical titles. So it was like Fallout 4 E3, Bethesda E3 conference details revealed, or something along those lines. That's why I named my video. Yeah. That doesn't mislead you, because I'm talking about Fallout 4 in the video. I'm trying to tell you, that I don't see anything Fallout related here, and that fans need to simmer down a little bit, and we'll see over time if anything happens. But Fallout 4 was very prominent in the discussion of that video. Hence why it was the headline of both of our videos. But that's the reacting point for the answer to the question.
And you can't go back and say, oh, you got us hyped up for nothing. Yeah, yes, Noah, we'll get to the next question. But he needs ice cream now. But yeah, what we're saying is that, look, just sometimes take everything with a grain of salt. Don't overreact, because it just leads to frustration.
Not even sometimes, though, just all the time. It's worth taking it with a grain of salt all the time, because we don't know this game exists. Once this game exists, then you can kind of get excited over rumors, because we'll know that the game's there, and that further rumors afterwards are kind of like a up in the air kind of thing. I don't know. It all banks on the game's existence. Once we know it's real, Anyways.
And if you want a true example of clickbaiting, go to see K-Drama Stars, because that's fucking clickbait.
That's why it's so infuriating. We'll add the benefit of the doubt. Go their way.
Yes, Noah, you need ice cream. We understand.
Okay. Question number 3.
I'm sorry, guys. This is okay. Continue.
What games do you think will be at E3? Let's exclude Fallout 4. Let's exclude Fallout 4 for a second here.
Yeah.
Bethesda published titles.
Is this in terms of Bethesda? Yeah. Okay.
I think
actually, how about we take the latch off a little bit here, or the leash off here. Let's take it in general. What Bethesda or what E3 games in general do we expect to see?
I didn't know I was wearing a leash.
I don't really know, because I'm so uneducated in terms of other parts of game industry having to do with Bethesda. So,
well, one thing that we will see Black Ops 3. That's okay.
I'm actually, I hate to be that guy again, but I'm actually pretty excited for it.
That's nice. That's nice, both of you. That's cute.
Shut up, no.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead and finish what you guys are talking about. I don't want to get yelled at.
No, everyone can say one game.
I hated the Modern Warfare line and Ghosts and stuff, but I really liked the World at War, Black Ops 1 and 2.
I actually kind of agree with you. I did like 2 a lot. Let's see what my game would be. It's not really one game. I'm just excited to see what new indie games are there, because
PlayStation's very savvy on indie games, so you probably see something from them.
It's because it's a lot of times indie, there are certain indie games that introduce really cool, not necessarily new mechanics, but use game mechanics in a really cool way. Although I'm interested on a serious note, on a triple game level, I am curious to see the new Guitar Hero. I know that makes sense stupid, but that looks really neat.
For me, I'm just gonna go with what I talked about earlier. I'm really excited to see an actual full match of Star Wars Battlefront. That's what I am interested to see. What I think will be there, from a guessing standpoint, I think we'll finally see whatever the hell this new BioShock game is that 2K is working on. They've been working on it for a while now, and I'm very curious, because there's been 2 in Rapture, 2 DLCs in Rapture now. And you have 1 in Colombia. Where did they go? And I'm so curious. I just want to see.
I want them to not touch that story. It was tied up in a nice little package. Let it be, and then just go somewhere else. There's so much scope. I know you can't really. You could go back to under the sea. You could go back above.
Maybe
ground,
like a space station.
Just think of something different.
Like a space station.
Yeah, go even higher. Go even higher. Honestly.
Actually, that would be spoiling the ending.
Like an underground, cave city,
Yeah, I mean...
something different, but just don't touch the story.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want to see. Anyways, move on to question number 4. I like how we just, these long discussions for 2, then, the third one's so quick. Number 4 is an interesting question. It's totally off topic. What are your favorite TV shows?
Oh, this is a good one.
I'm not going to answer this.
Why?
Good.
Okay, well, good, Revan. But mine is definitely I have 2. Bob's Burgers and It's Always Sunny in Philly, and The Office. Those are 3. So those are my
Office
3.
is fucking stupid.
All right, well,
I fucking hate that show.
all
I'm
right, you
sorry.
are
I'm gonna
I
interject my unneeded opinion.
cannot wait for the comments on this one. But yes, those
I
are
don't
mine.
care. Like that show is so
Stop.
fucking
You
dumb.
don't know what funny is. You think funny is when 2 people fucking fight and then one like trips.
Stop
you think
getting
that
all
shit's funny.
stop getting all fussy because you don't have your ice cream, Noah.
You think you know what, Matt? I'm gonna jump on top of you, raise my fist in the air, and then say goodnight. And you. Anyway,
That was a reference to a fight video we saw. by the way.
someone else can go. Yeah.
For me,
All right, my favorite TV show is Suits.
Suits. I've never actually
heard
watched
that.
it.
I think my cousin watches
It's a
that.
good show.
I think I've heard of it.
But
All right, Revan, what's yours? Because you said you
No.
wouldn't answer it. So
I said I wouldn't answer.
yeah. So what's yours?
No, I'm not. I'm refraining from it because this is like
Are you gonna say like porn? Oh, if you're gonna say My
No,
Little
no.
Pony,
Yeah, I was about to say, is it My Little
if-
Pony?
is
dude?
it My Little? Just say yes or no to this question. You don't
No.
have to say anything. It's not.
All right, if it was a brony fucking
All right.
hit
Then
with the
anything.
elbow.
All right. Is it like Adventure Time?
Oh no, screw it. No.
What is it? Is it an anime?
Okay, fine. It's Doctor Who.
Naruto.
What is
Oh,
it?
I
It's
interrupted
Doctor
him.
Who.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's
I don't
not
care about
bad.
that. I don't watch it, but I don't.
It's a
That's
solid
fine.
show.
I'm
I was
the one who
expecting-
starts
if it was
the
like My Little
podcast.
Pony,
Hold
I
on,
would've
hold on,
thought.
Reverend. I started this podcast by saying I love story-driven hentai, and you're afraid to say that you like Doctor Who? Let's put that into perspective here for a second, my friend.
Matt's also.
So it's okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also a brony.
We're
Don't
not gonna
say
do
that. People will believe you.
Yeah, I'm not a brony.
He has to
And-
disclaim it.
Yeah.
I like some of the stuff that like comes from it, but everything else is just like
What, My
liquid-
Little Pony?
No, like liquid autism. Like
What?
No, the
are you
comments
talking
were
about?
totally on our side in this last podcast when we talked about Fallout Equestria. It's like, why? It's not really necessarily an awful thing. It's just why the fuck does it exist in
That's
like
a
every
fucking awful
corner of the...
I personally like I've read it and oh my god, I hate being put on the spot right here. Everybody's
Put
just
yourself there.
You shouldn't have said you
Okay.
read it. Let's put it that way.
okay. It's not as autistic as you would think.
I'm
it
going to
is.
assume it's pretty autistic. All right,
Oh,
Matt, why don't you go?
All right.
Move on.
My
Move on.
favorite TV show at the moment is Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is just so top fucking notch. It's like a movie every time
And
it's
there's
on.
boobs.
Yeah, I love tits, and so it gets me excited.
But no,
Noah's just in the background, and there was boobs. Oh my god.
If you haven't watched Game of Thrones,
Love it.
though, I highly recommend you just take the time to get HBO Go, I believe it is, where you can like watch basically everything for HBO. It's kind of like the Netflix of HBO, and you can kind of go through all their shows, and there's 4 seasons of Game of Thrones on there. It's fantastic. Great show. There's tons of plot twists, shit you won't expect. Like, it's like everything's going the way you'd imagine, and then like it'll just hit you from like out of fucking nowhere. So I can't recommend that show enough. I recently started watching it back in December, and I caught it very fast. And then my other favorite show is surprisingly Gotham. That's like the one TV show that anytime I say I like this show, I get a bunch of responses saying, what the hell is wrong with you? I like it because it's not about Batman for once, and it's about like the character in the show is basically the city of Gotham. I just find it so interesting, and especially since Robin Lord Taylor, the guy who plays his Penguin, is fucking astounding. Like he's just absolutely outstanding at his role. And I'm not one who's like easily impressed with actors and shit. You know, I just don't think that deep into movies and TV shows as I do with games. So for me personally, that's why like this guy is like he plays the Penguin perfectly. I don't want anyone else playing as him. He does it so well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's kind of weird in real life, it seems, but you know, it's anything for the role.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you just and okaying me just so that you can get your fucking Rocky Road ice cream at ASAP at Joe's Dairy Barn.
Because that would be off the hizzle. Yeah. No, but I'm just trying to get, I'm not trying to do anything, dude.
You're not?
No, last question. Fuck off.
The last one comes from Facebook. Kyle Archer. He says, if Fallout 4 is announced at E3, how much do you think they'll reveal? Just the name, a narrated teaser, or gameplay, etc.?
What?
Gameplay.
I think they're gonna go all out.
Probably the gameplay.
No, see, don't answer like a prick.
All right, probably the gameplay.
I mean,
This podcast has just gone frustrating.
No, it's not frustrating. I love it.
I mean, here's the thing. They made us wait such a long time. I just hear typing. God damn it.
Who's
Just stop
typing?
typing. Stop right now.
I'm not
Stop right now. Whoever's doing
typing.
that. No, I know it's not you. I know it's fucking Revit.
Okay.
But they hit him with the people's elbow. Okay.
The gift that it sent me.
Favorite podcast
I know.
ever.
It's so horrible. It's all over the place.
It's just atrocious. Like, I'm just trying to get us on track, and then I hear Revit just banging his people. All right. Okay. I'm saying gameplay because they made us wait so long. I would like to see the actual game. If it's just a trailer, fine. I'm okay with that. I just want to know the fucking game exists at this point. I don't think they'll throw a whole conference and announce this game just to say Fallout 4, and that's it. So answer your question, not the name, maybe a narrated teaser, and then gameplay is the one that we want to see the most. But realistically, I see them going down the cinematic route, or the cinematic trailer route like they did with Fallout 3, then gameplay later.
I think that the trailer could be composed of gameplay in and of itself. I think that's what's going to happen.
And then I'd get hella salty when I see all the press. We saw Fallout 4. Read here to see what we think. And I'm sitting here like, well, fuck you guys. I want to see Fallout 4. Why did you get to see Fallout 4? That's what I was thinking all during yesterday watching Star Wars Battlefront videos. I'm like, why didn't I get to see this fucking game? What the fuck's wrong with EA?
I'm hoping
why'd
that
you
we
say-
can email Bethesda and get a review copy a week before the game
I
is
have
released.
a feeling.
That would
I
be
have
nice.
a feeling deep down. Remember how Pete Hines used to always respond to me? I think he doesn't like me anymore. I don't. It's so depressing.
No.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah, he followed
We
you for
can-
like an hour.
You see, I saw like him in the time like where he just kind of like was a dick to everybody, and I've never tweeted at him ever. So
My favorite Twitter.
I'd ask him
moment-
honest questions, nothing for fucking like video content. Hey, how does this account transfer work for Elder Scrolls Online? Like a question that wasn't answered the frequently asked questions, so I'll go to Pete Hines. Like nothing. Like I'm just like, Pete, I thought we were bros. You used to answer me all the time. Like here's the funny thing though, and I'm not complaining about the guy himself, but he'll answer a question about Morrowind HD and if that's going to happen, stuff that could go on my channel. But he want to answer a simple question that I ask him, like, I think he hates me. I hate it so much.
I hope he does.
He probably does. Like he's probably this
does,
fucking scumbag that makes my job so fucking hard.
My favorite Twitter moment was when I pissed David Vonderhaar off.
Oh my
Like
My-
3 years ago,
That's
I
right.
did that.
my favorite Twitter moment.
We remember.
My favorite Twitter moment was it when Obsidian followed me.
That's pretty awesome. I've also pissed.
No. I tweeted at them after they followed a friend of mine, and then I was like, okay, please, Obsidian, I love your games. I love Knights of the Old Republic 2. I loved all of your games. Please follow me. And they did. And I was like screaming.
I've also pissed Hutch off and Muzzafuzza on multiple different occasions. Like, I'm not even kidding. So that's
Muzzafuzza makes fucking sense though.
Muzzafuzza's annoying though.
Ugh. God
Hutch,
almighty.
Hutch
Let's
I
sit here and
yelled at
shit talk
once, and then
YouTubers for a little.
Hutch I yelled at once and then felt bad.
No.
So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But Muzzafuzza, I can't.
He smokes e-cigs in his videos. What the fuck?
I didn't even know he's still uploading. I don't follow him on YouTube anymore.
I do.
I unfortunately
chess.
still, for some reason, follow him on Twitter. But anyways,
Welcome to the H.A.M Radio Podcast, where we shit talk all your favorite
yeah.
YouTubers.
I think that's it though.
That is it, Noah.
I can go get my ice cream now.
I think that is.
Yes.
You can go, Noah,
I
and
go
just
get
send
my- I go
me
get my
some
ice
ice
cream?
cream. That'll be great.
It's okay.
What's ice cream in Australia
What
like?
flavor ice
Is
cream
there
is
any
it?
specific flavors that like?
Yeah,
you
they have
that
kangaroo, Matt. They have fucking kangaroo flavor. Because
kangaroo
Okay,
fetus
one thing I
flavored
will say-
fucking
Jesus Christ.
Ice
I didn't say fetus.
Listen. One thing I will say, we do have kangaroo sausages.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
They're amazing.
That sounds good.
Because they're very good, and the fact is kangaroos are overpopulated. Like people hit them on the fucking streets all the time.
In New
like a
York,
deer.
we'll hit deer. Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
In Arizona,
Yeah,
we'll drive by coyotes and snakes.
Yeah, well, kangaroo meat is actually quite healthy for you.
That's pretty
There's there,
delicious.
your Australian Tip of the day.
Thank you. I hope to have one every day.
That'd be expensive, I'd
I
imagine.
think that's it, though. This was the
that-
longest episode.
Yeah, this was
yeah.
really fun.
One of the long ones. Yeah,
Yes,
thanks for
Revan.
joining us, Revan.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the outro. I am doing the outro.
All right, you fucking do it then. I'm gonna sit here in silence. You fucking do it then.
Revan, thank you for fucking joining us. It was a pleasure to have you. You talk a lot, but you have a lot good things to say.
No problem.
Lone, you're fucking Australian. Matt, go talk to Ivan about the Oilers. I'm going to go eat some ice cream. Thanks for watching.
Hear me at Rocky Road.
Is that literally the
Yes,
outro?
that's the outro. I told you guys I'm letting him do the outro, so the podcast will end now.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
This was so fun.
It wasn't that I had to go get ice cream. It's that my dad was getting annoyed because I was on for so long and I wanted to go get dinner.